Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday. It's new album review day. We're steamrolling through what we got left from 2021 as we get ready to start, hopefully really soon, reviewing some of the brand new things that are coming out here in the new year in 2022. This one is a reissue of an album, the second album from this particular band that I had always heard about but never had the chance to listen to back in the day. This particular album is from 1989, originally released on Capitol or Metal Blade Records at the time. It's the second album from progressive metal act Heir Apparent, again from 1989, One Small Voice. Now being reissued on Metalworks Music. Apparently this has been out of print for quite some time. This band only ever had 3 studio albums. You had Graceful Inheritance, their debut back in 1986. Then this album, then they disappeared from the face of the earth for quite a while. Came back with a kind of reunion album in 2018 called A View From Below. And let's take a look at this bad boy right here. Okay, there's the guys in the band. Let's see. We've got Terry Gorley on guitars, Derek Peace on bass, Ray Schwartz on drums, Mike Jackson on keyboards, and Steve Benito on vocals. Let me just pull out the booklet here so you can get a look at that as well. So you've got a nice essay all about the band and their history included in here, which is pretty cool. Liner notes by James Beach. Special thanks to Terry Gorley for the interview and quotes. Original album credits, some photographs, all sorts of stuff there. So Heir Apparent were perhaps the heir apparent to that kind of first wave of progressive metal that we saw kind of pop up in the 80s. So I'm talking about, of course, with the introduction of Queensryche with their self-titled debut, and then The Warning, right? Then you had Fate's Warning right about the same time. We eventually, as the decade wore on, you also had, Hitman was playing a little bit of this style of music. Crimson Glory, for sure. Dream Theater were right around this time coming out with their first album. Various other bands doing this more kind of complex type of metal, right, which now we know as progressive metal. But I think if you like the EP and the first official full length from Queensryche, Warning, this is going to be right in your wheelhouse, folks. Very similar vocal style from Steve Benito. He's got that Jeff Tate thing going really good. You got the cool riffs and solos on the guitars, little bits of keyboards, not a hell of a lot, right? They're there. Catchy songs, good melodies, intricate arrangements. Some songs are heavier than others. There's a good amount of atmosphere. I'm amazed because I'm hearing this for the first time all these years later, and I'm like, holy cow, this is good. It's like, how did this band not take off right around this time? Maybe a little Watchtower too. I wanted to mention Watchtower, although Watchtower are definitely a little bit more complex and intricate as far as their arrangements than some of these other bands I mentioned. But I tell you, if you like early Fate's Warning, early Queensryche, early Crimson Glory, you're going to love this. Some songs to look out for. I actually think, and the way they kind of separate it's like the two sides of the original vinyl, I think the second half is really strong. The first half is great too, but man, the last 2 songs, The Fifth Season and Tomorrow Night, go check both of those songs out. Really good. The Fifth Season is like brooding and dramatic and atmospheric, but heavy. And then you got Tomorrow Night, which is really intricate, got complex rhythms and things going on there. Nice shifting riffs, but also Cacophony of Anger is a good, crunchy song. Crossing the Border has some terrific vocals on it. Young Forever, We the People, the title track. It's really enjoyable stuff. The production is pretty damn good. Again, I love when these things come out, these reissues come out of stuff from the vaults and, bands you remember hearing. But, of course, in the 80s, there were a million metal bands coming out, and you just, who had time to listen to all of them? But I always remember that name, Heir Apparent. I'm like, yeah, it's always a band I want to go check out. And you just never did. And then they kind of disappeared, and you forgot all about them. And would I have ever remembered them again? Perhaps not. But now, thanks to this reissue, here they are again. So pretty cool stuff. And as far as their The View from Below album, which came out in 2018. I don't really have any information on that, but apparently for that 2019 lineup, we had Terry Gorley on guitars, Derek Peace on bass, Ray Schwartz on drums, Will Shaw on vocals, and Op Sakia on keyboards. So for the reunion, we had a different singer and a different keyboard player, but the other three guys were all the same. So, yeah. And I guess they went out and they played some festivals, and that was about it. So not really quite sure what the deal is with them right now. But, yeah. It's good, it's heavy, it's melodic, it's complex. If you like all the usual suspects that I mentioned, I think you will get a lot of enjoyment out of this. It's also been restored, remixed, and remastered. So like I said, it sounds really good. So Heir Apparent, One Small Voice, their sophomore or second album, released in 1989. Go check it out. I know all you prog metal fans will enjoy this. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching. I think that's it for new album reviews for today. Had a whole bunch of them. I wanted to kind of get these off my plate because the new stuff is going to start piling in. So I want everybody to be on the lookout for that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you here real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.